Okay, so next up, this is the companion to the previous video. Was 449, so this is before 50. And this is the front shaft that goes with Corey's Super Duty. And it basically got the same treatment, completely dismantled. Did have a little bit of yoke compression on those, all those components that I'm pointing at, the H yoke and the ball stud yoke. Not so much for the ball stud yoke, but the socket flange yoke. They're a little bit scrunched from the previous attempt. Nothing to worry about. I straighten that out. That's a frequent flyer here, those kind of problems. And so that's tuned up now. So it's a pair of 1350 Spicer snap tights, boot kit, ball kit. That's the inner mechanism, the centering device that's hiding inside about where I'm pointing. One half of it lives, that's the socket part, and the ball. The socket part and the ball lives there, and the trunking that it rides on is sticking out from the end of that thing, out of that yoke. So, sandblasted, all new parts. Another 1350 Spicer snap tight down here. Like I said, we did sort through the parts that he provided, and we picked the best ones, and I filled in with the rest of the blanks with spicers, because I know what these will do in the long run, which is last, basically. These last damn well, and I don't know what the other ones would do, so I'm not taking a chance. And we talked about this, Corey and I, and he wanted it right, so it is correct. The reason I didn't put a slip yoke, grease fitting in this slip yoke is because this is a reverse slip. That's a yoke shaft, and that's basically what you're seeing right here. It's backwards from the traditional setup that we're used to. That has the male spline on it, as you can see, and that's what that guy is. It's just a different version. And then, that's a traditional slip yoke with a female socket. Basically, that's turned around this way. And that's why I didn't put a grease fitting in these, because it has a vent in it, and regular slip yokes do too, but it vents out the front, and if you lose grease, it just comes out. These vent inside the tubing, so I whacked my finger on the balance weight. These vent inside the tubing, so you don't want to plow a bunch of grease into there and send it out of balance. So, and I've seen that. I've gotten a couple of these that they packed grease in because the slip yoke was worn out, and the tube this tube here had like 2 tubes of grease in it, because they just kept packing it in there. I don't know if they didn't know where it was going or what the deal was, but it didn't work. So we're going to avoid all that. I took this apart, cleaned that up. It's got good red grease in it. These do last fairly well, so it's not better, it's not worse, it's just a different way of doing the same thing. Probably budget related when they appeared, who knows. So that's tuned up. That's 2,800 RPM. 0 at the front axle and 0 at the transfer case. Nobody home. So we're going to get some paint on this also, and get it back to Corey. Get both of them back.